Hello friend, welcome back to a Legionary's life. Back after the first battle in Hispania against the Carthaginian troops. This is my second playthrough, of course. Let's get back to it. Like I said before, skipped through the various parts that were exactly the same. So let's get going. Again, my character is a bit better now. I'm already Tesarius a bit earlier. I'm just going to go through the camp stuff. And as before, I will actually show off all this content. However, I will not be talking much, just skipping through it. As you set to work, a frail-looking old man approaches you. He's crying and pleading with you, although you can't understand most of the foreign words he speaks. His intention is quite obvious. If you take their precious supplies, he and many of his people won't make it through the next months. We can be compassionate and take only a reasonable share of supplies, or push him away and take everything. Let's push him away and take everything. The old man falls to the ground and is too scared to insist. You carry away all you can take. Your virtue is decreased by 5. But we need the supplies. It's a very tough map. In this case, I'll show off what happens if you don't do that. A handful of legionaries is about to have a small javelin contest at the practice yard. The entry fee is 3 denarii, and the one who can hit the most target takes all. There are 9 participants at the moment, none of them are veterans. Let's join. You hand over the money and walk in front of the targets when your turn comes. We've lost 3 denarii. First one, we won. Throwing is a good start. Second one, pass as well. As your last javelin hits the mark, it draws cheers from a small group of bystanders. You won. You've gained 30 denarii, your opinion troop has increased by 5, and your morale has increased by 2. Nice. That's very decent. For a bunch of cash, let's see what's there. This is a lot better weapon, much more damage. The patrol you're leading comes across a merchant. This is a dangerous area with reported bandit activity, and the merchant is afraid his 2 guards won't be sufficient. Although not exactly the same, his route is close enough to yours. He asks if you're interested in escorting him against payment. Your share would be 20 denarii. Easy money, but you're not supposed to neglect your duty in pursuit of personal gain. Let's just accept. Your men make no objection. They welcome any change to supplement their meager wage. Decreased virtue. No bandits dare to attack such a well-guarded target. Once he has arrived at his destination, the merchant remunerates you for your service. You've gained 20 denarii. Not bad. So we're under attack by cavalry, and they keep pressing me. This guy's going to throw a couple of javelins, and we can either keep marching or respond by throwing a javelin. I'm going to throw the javelin this time. And we fail. We did get the endurance check. So, last time we split up in search of some of the tents in which this guy found some item. And this time we should promise to keep it for ourselves and sell it later. We pass our charisma check. He is hesitant at first, but his smirk returns as he slowly nods his agreement. The bracelet will fetch a good price. We have gained 121 denarii. This time we passed the intelligence check where we were, well, first we were sad that we weren't actually following Hasdrubal's army. We lost morale that time, but passing the intelligence check, we're glad he came to this decision. Following Hasdrubal now, with 2 more armies behind you, could be a prelude to disaster. It would jeopardize all the efforts we've made in the last 2 years. Now our morale increases by 2 years. By 2. Word is there's a talented weaponsmith near the camp. He makes individualized swords for a reasonable price. Let's pay him a visit. He isn't hard to find. When you inquire about his prices, he explains that he works only on commission and requires 125 denarii. Non-negotiable. Accept, what's to worry about, or ask to see a few samples of his work first. Let's check some samples. He promptly reduces a sword from under the counter. After giving it a quick polish, he invites you to inspect it. The iron quality is rather average, but the sword seems to be well crafted. You appraise its balance and are very satisfied with the result. Let's order a sword. You accept and pay a small advance. A week later, you come back for your sword. It's well finished, and your initials are finally inscribed on the hilt. The balance is above average and well worth the price. You've walked straight into an ambush. Stones are raining down all around you. Past the defense, quickness, etc. Only your training and quick reflexes keep you safe. As abruptly as it began, the attack ceases. The slingers have left you. All you can do is count your wounded. Without warning, a group of Catradi emerges from the surrounding trees. No sooner have you realized you're under attack than you see their heavy iron javelins flying towards your group. Failed defense check. You failed to protect yourself in time. They're closing in now. They may be irregular light troops, but numbers are on their side. The enemy assault wavers against the disciplined stand of your troops. At last they are thrown into disarray and chased off. Your men manage to cut down a few, but most are able to get away. Today you're escorting a quaestor in his daily routine near the camp area. He's an elected public officer of senatorial rank, very close to the commander himself. We can try to socialize with him and win over his friendship or focus on our duty. Let's socialize. Fail charisma check. Quaestor is annoyed by your awkward attempts at small talk. Opinion proconsul decreased. Morale decreased by 2. You're just a lowly Tesserarius. He has no need for your friendship. No, he does not. And while we were marching, the first time we failed an endurance and charisma check. Second time, during this time, you're not only pulling your own weight, you're also a constant source of encouragement for your companions. Nice. And we are going to scout. We want to go and take a better look. Let's try to take the risk. This time we failed the awareness check, hearing a couple of sounds. For a moment you think you've heard something, but it's probably just the wind. Okay. We suspect that they might have been alerted when they detected some of our scouts. Fortunately, you seem to have had significant head start anyway, so you meet a stronger resistance than you expected, but they shouldn't be able to stop you in the end. One of the Celtiberian troops is looking at you, ready to fling his spear. Let's anticipate him with my own javelin. Our attack fails. His aim, his missile falls wide off the mark. This is a day of intensive drills. The Centurions and their opchones are hard-pressed to make the maniple execute a complex maneuver. It involves wheeling to the left, a rotation to the right to advance as a column, then wheeling to the left once more to form a battle line. Half the times you are asked to do the opposite. Step in, see if you can help. What kind of approach will you take? Be very harsh or be assertive? Be assertive. Charisma check. It takes a long effort, but as the day progresses, the maneuver gets smoother and smoother. Your opinion Centurion has increased by 5. Experience sharpens your mind. Charisma has increased. Not bad. Right, so this is the homesick event, where we talk with another person about how far away from home we are. We can't help thinking of our own home. First time we went for homesick, this time I'm going for imperturbable. Charisma check. You know you can help your home and family only by doing your best here and now. There's no other way. Morale's increased by 2. Nice. And this time we fail the robbery event, failed the awareness check, and we just found out we've been robbed. Okay. Guess that happens. Okay, so there's a chance to go forward and meet this guy in single combat, but let's not do that yet. And this time we passed the intelligence check of the waves and waves of soldiers going back and forth every day. We can't help but wonder what Scipio is up to. He displayed plenty of initiative and acumen at New Carthage and Baecula, yet now he's merely responding to Hasdrubal's moves. There must be something, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Then the same happens. But things are starting to make sense. Very shrewd. Your morale has increased by 3. So we're harassing the camp. This time we actually, because we executed the maneuver previously, this time we don't pass a... we don't actually lose the morale from almost losing control of the army. Not only are you going to face light troops, but you know the enemy had no time to eat this morning because of your surprise attack. You have a huge advantage in the long run. And in recognition of our efforts and achievement, we've been promoted to Aptio already in the first campaign. That's quite nice. Right, so we're here once again in the second campaign after the Hispania campaign first. I want to thank you for watching this episode. Do hope you enjoyed it. We'll be continuing along in this one where we might also be able to continue the story for a bit. Yeah, so like I said, thanks for watching. Take care and see y'all next time. Bye bye.